Hey guys, welcome back to my island of paradise. All month we're going to be here in this island. And last week we talked about how God promised to fix what was broken. So today we're going to learn about a new promise. And before we do that, I thought we would do something fun and play a game. I love games. So what I need you guys to do is we're going to play charades. So I need one person that wants to act out these animals. I'm going to be holding up 4 animals. And so I need one person to face me and the rest of your family to have their backs to the screen so that they can't see me and they can't see the animal that I'm about to hold up. So I'm going to give you a second and let you guys get in your positions and to decide who's going to do the acting, who's going to do the charades. All right, the first animal. Don't say it out loud because you want your family to guess it. You're acting this out. Hopefully you're doing something like this. Okay. All right, if you guys want to switch the person who's acting out, now is your chance. I'm about to hold up the second one. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I bet you all got this one. Okay, if you want to switch, now's your chance. Animal number 3. Okay, and our last one. I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. This one would be hard to act out. Okay, great job, guys. Hey, so today we're going to be again in God's Word, and you guessed it, it's going to be about some animals. But first, let's worship the Lord in song.
Wider than your arms can reach, taller than the trees, higher than the stars above, deeper than the seas. God's love is bigger than the biggest mountains, bigger than my biggest fears. So don't forget, God's love is wide and high and long and deep, and God will never stop loving me. No matter where I go, I'm gonna see God's love. God's love is gonna go with me. Longer than the river flows, higher than the highest wall, brighter than the moon that glows, strongest love of all. God's love is bigger than the biggest mountain, bigger than my biggest fear. So don't forget, God's love is wide and high and long and deep, and God will never stop loving me. No matter where I go, I'm gonna see God's love. God's love is gonna go with me. Oh, 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 God's love is gonna go with me. Oh, 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 God's love. God's love is wide and high and long and deep, and God will never stop loving me. No matter where I go, I'm gonna see God's love. God's love is gonna go with me.
Okay, last week we learned about Adam and Eve and how they disobeyed God. This week we're going to be digging into Genesis 6, so you want to make sure you've got your Bibles and you want to read along so we can see what happened, because people continued to disobey God. So, Genesis 6, verse 9 says, "This is the account of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked with God." Okay, pause for a second, because I don't know about you, but that makes me go, what does that mean? So what do you guys think that means? What does it mean that Noah walked with God? What if somebody said that about you? Put your name in there. Blank walked with God. What would that look like? Okay, back to our story. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Interesting names. Now, the earth was corrupt in God's sight and was full of violence. God saw how corrupt the earth had become, for all the people on the earth had corrupted their ways. So God said to Noah, "I'm going to put an end to all people, for the earth is filled with violence. Because of them, I am surely going to destroy both them and the earth. So make yourself an ark of cypress wood, make rooms in it, and coat it with pitch, inside and out. This is how you are to build it. The ark is to be 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Make a roof for it and finish the ark to within 18 inches of the top. Put a door in the side of the ark and make lower, middle, and upper decks. I'm going to bring floodwaters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens. Every creature that has breath of life in it, everything on earth will perish. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you will enter the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your son's wife with you. You are to bring into the ark 2 of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. 2 of every kind of bird, of every kind of animal, of every kind of creature that moves along the ground will come to you to be kept alive. You are to take every kind of food that is to be eaten and store it away as food for you and for them." Noah did everything just as God commanded him. Wow, it's a really cool story. That really happened. So, like I said, we learned last week that Adam and Eve, they disobeyed God. And so, as time went on, people continued to disobey God. So, God brought this huge flood to cover the earth. But, like we read, God saw that Noah walked with God, which is amazing. So, God showed mercy to Noah and his family. Mercy, that's a hard word. That's a big word. So mercy is when you don't get the punishment that you deserve. That's a hard concept to think about, but only God could do that. So God showed mercy to Noah and his family, and instead of them receiving punishment, what he did is that they received kindness and forgiveness, and so God showed them mercy. Noah loved God, and God told Noah to collect the animals, to collect his family, and put them on this huge boat, an ark that they are to ride the flood on. So the Bible tells us that it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. That's a long time, and I can't even imagine how much water there was, but there was a lot, enough to destroy the earth. So they were on that ark much longer than 40 days and 40 nights because that water had flooded the earth. So the Bible tells us that it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. That's a lot of rain. And can you imagine the amount of water that covered the earth? It's a lot. So eventually, a long time after the 40 days and 40 nights, Noah sent out a dove, and the dove came back. So he eventually kept doing this until the dove did not return, which told Noah that there was dry ground. So after a year, can you imagine being on an ark, a big boat, for a year? So well after a year, Noah and the animals were able to get off the ark. So the first thing Noah did was he built an altar. And this altar was to thank God for his mercy. Thank God for rescuing them. But God did an even better thing. He put a rainbow in the sky, a symbol of his promise to us that he would never flood the earth again. This is God's mercy to us. And he has not gone back on that promise. The big idea for this week is God promised us mercy. God promised us mercy. Say that with me. God promised us mercy. All right, this is a good time for us to review our memory verse for this month.
Memory verse, memory verse, memory verse, challenge! Memory verse, memory verse, memory verse, challenge! Oh yeah, it's a memory verse challenge. Woo woo!
Not one of all the Lord's good promised to Israel failed. Every one was fulfilled. Joshua 21:45.
Hey there, little chicken nuggets. It's me, Josh.
I'm Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Josh.
What are you up to?
I'm just sitting here with you, ready to talk about the Bible and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Do you want me to ask you what you've been up to?
Thought you'd never ask.
Well, I did.
So, check this out.
Wow. Oh. Are those yours?
They are now.
What do you mean they are now?
I mean, they are now. I've been collecting them over the past week. It's incredible.
Collecting them. From where?
All right, now get this. All right, so there's this desk out front, all right? And I pass by it every day, and there's this single cookie just sitting there all by itself, just waiting to be eaten. So guess what? I take it.
You take it every day.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. So every day, I take the cookie, and then the next day, boom, another cookie. It's like magic, really. It's like heaven opened up, and God just blessed me with these cookies each and every day. It's beautiful.
Oh no.
What's wrong? Did I say something?
Well, no.
Do I have something in my teeth?
No.
Do I stink?
No.
You stink?
No, I don't think so.
Well, what is it?
Well, those magic cookies you've been discovering.
Yeah.
Well, those are Angie's, the receptionists.
No, that's impossible.
Really? Have you talked to Angie today?
No, not for the past few days. When I did talk to her, she seemed to be pretty upset because somebody in the office has been taking her snacks.
What kind of snacks?
I don't know. I think she said cookies. It's a terrible thing. I mean, the nerve of somebody just to keep walking by somebody's desk and taking something that's not theirs. I mean, just taking somebody's cookies that aren't theirs, that's just... Oh my goodness.
There it is.
Oh no.
Yep.
I've done something terrible.
No.
Sarah, I don't think you understand. Those magic cookies, they ain't actually magic.
You don't say.
I've been taking Angie's cookies. Oh no, it all makes sense now.
It's okay. I really think she will understand.
Oh no, she won't. This is a terrible thing that I've done. I'll have to leave. I'll have to sell everything and move to a deserted island and go by the name of, I don't know, Theodore Monocle and start talking like this. Oh, what have I done? Oh goodness, what have I done? Oh no, and what about God?
What about God?
Well, I've been stealing, and in the Bible, Stealing is a big no-no. It's a sin, and sinning is a really big deal.
All right, whatever your name is, Josh, I need you just to calm down for a second.
I am calm!
Oh,
Relax. I'm actually feeling a little lightheaded.
Josh, are you okay? You need a cookie? Are you okay?
I think so. I don't feel so good though. I'm in big trouble, Sarah.
I understand, but I need you to know that we don't need to worry and it's gonna be just fine.
Why? Because this is all just a bad dream?
Well, no, but the God we serve is a God of mercy. And mercy is forgiving someone even if they've done something wrong and they maybe don't deserve forgiveness, but they get it anyway. You remember Noah from the Bible?
Yeah, guy with the big boat. That's a pretty cool story, actually.
Yeah. Noah and his family were on this massive boat with tons of animals for 40 days and 40 nights.
Oh,
Because there was a flood, remember?
yeah.
But after the flood, God promised Noah something really cool.
So what kind of stuff did God promise him?
You see, God said that there would never be a flood like that ever again. He decided to show humans mercy, and he gave us a really cool way to remember that. Have you ever seen a rainbow?
Does a chicken wish it could fly? Of course I've seen a rainbow. Wait a minute. Are you telling me that the rainbow has some sort of secret code promise?
You could look at it that way. You see, God sent a rainbow to remind us of a promise, his big promise, that God would love us and show us mercy.
So God promised to show us mercy. That's really cool.
That is cool. You know what? It's also our big idea. Today's big idea is that God promised us mercy.
All right, so on the count of 3, we're all gonna say it together. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
God promised us mercy. You know, I'm so glad that we learned about Noah today. And you know what? I think I'm gonna tell the truth and let Miss Angie know that I'm the one that's been taking her cookies.
Oh,
What?
I may have already told her.
Oh, mercy. Kids, we'll see you next week.